Hello everyone, welcome to From the Star Wars Home Video Library. I'm your host Nathan P. Butler. This is sort of a tangential episode tied into something we've seen before, because what we're going to see here is actually not home video per se, but relates to something really cool we've seen and something that I've sort of made it a point to get more of and more stuff about over the years. One of the things we saw that was really rare on this series is this box set right here. That is the George Lucas AFI Life Achievement Award acrylic boxed set of various DVD releases of his stuff that was given out to attendees at his AFI Life Achievement Award ceremony, where everyone apparently in attendance got sort of a book about it, a program book, but only that top tier of attendees got the box. Just to pull it out here for a moment, this is the box we're talking about here. George Lucas AFI Life Achievement Award box. This is something pretty cool. You can find these every once in a while online, but they are a pain to actually get shipped because these boxes, the container is pretty fragile and can shatter during shipping. I actually had to fix mine a little bit when it first arrived, and as part of that big burst of stuff sent into my collection from Matt Fry's collection, he actually had another of those in it. Showed up with a little bit of damage. I've sort of fixed it as well. That is now sitting in my closet as a backup in case that one ever gets damaged, because they're so freaking hard to get intact at any point these days. But it's the ceremony that interests us this time, because you see, when he got the award, there was a ceremony aired on USA Network. The ceremony itself was held and it was recorded, then they put it on USA Network for everybody to watch if you were interested. It's best known for probably two things. Aside from just Lucas himself getting the award. One is Carrie Fisher basically roasting him on stage, the who was that guy stuff. And a segment in which William Shatner, known for his Rocket Man type of not quite singing, more like vocal poetry type stuff, sings, mostly just reads it like it's poetry, sings a version of My Way by Frank Sinatra, a cover of that done as Your Way, singing directly to George Lucas before being carried off stage by some dancing stormtroopers. So Captain Kirk from Trek serenading Lucas from Star Wars. It's a little bit odd. But the special itself hasn't been released on home video. Those kind of specials typically aren't. Though you can find it, from people who have actually recorded it. Like, I actually recorded it on VHS way back in the day and digitized it onto my hard drive, so I've got it to be able to watch, but it's a pretty crappy little copy. There just isn't an official way of getting your hands on it. Well, one thing I recently came across were some things relating to it, and I'll show you the stuff that's not quite as cool first. Some of this stuff is actually from trade magazines. Little thing here. 33rd AFI Life Achievement Awards, a tribute to George Lucas, special issue June 9th. So The Hollywood Reporter would have an issue just about this. I'm still trying to find that actual issue. So kind of neat there, basically just a little advertisement. In the trade magazines, you often see people congratulating other filmmakers. So Sony Pictures Entertainment proudly congratulates George Lucas on receiving AFI's 33rd Life Achievement Award. A true force as a legendary and visionary filmmaker. Sony, with Sony stuff down at the bottom there. Inside this one, opposite page from Dolby, congratulations to George Lucas on receiving the AFI Life Achievement Award. You are an inspiration, from Dolby. Then from New Wave Entertainment and New Wave Creative, congratulate you we must. Okay, cool. The opposite side to that here, Universal Studios, we warmly congratulate George Lucas, recipient of the American Film Institute's Life Achievement Award, Universal. Ironically, inside, these are taken out of the trade magazine, you got an article here on Origin of the Species. Origin of the Species. Should George Lucas be blamed for Hollywood's shift toward bigger is better, or did he pave the way for indie films as we know it? I guess that's the time to be talking about it. And there's other stuff that I picked up in a lot with that that's not actually from the Life Achievement Award, but the Golden Reel Awards, where they're honoring the finest sound and music editing, and it mentions Lucas, and there's a thanks to Lucas from one of the companies he's worked with, and so on, right? So little things like that I thought were kind of neat to pick up as I was picking up stuff related to the AFI Life Achievement Award, because it's just an odd thing that I like to put in my collection, along with others who are related to Star Wars, like the John Williams one that's up there that we looked at fairly recently. But then I came across a really cool thing that I just could not pass up. Even though it's not quite home video, it's related to the special itself. related to the ceremony special itself, but definitely something I thought, you know what, I've hunted down the set, I've got a backup of the set now, and I've got the book. I want to make sure that I have what I can from this because this is such a special thing for Lucas himself. What I found was an auction of some actual material from the event. And it's not major stuff, but pretty cool, and in one case, possibly extremely, extremely rare. So one thing I managed to pick up here is the guest seating, right? Who's at what seat at what table? Table numbers and names. Like, apparently seat 120 was Adelson Merv and Alyssa Weinstein. Let's see, Jim Burkus, Steve Best, so on and so on, so on. Joan Hughes. I don't know who half these people are. But there's your guest thing. It says George Lucas guest seating 2005, and it just breaks it all down by the last name of the person and what their seat is, their table number happens to be. Okay. Even cooler, though, production schedule here for it. AFI Life Achievement Award, a tribute to George Lucas schedule, dated June 8 of 2005. Yeah, production schedule with some contact information that I'm sure is probably out of date now. The schedule for Thursday, June 9th, including security sweeps and camera blocking and rehearsals and that sort of thing. Continues all the way on through multiple pages until you eventually get to the call times and then information about what happens as far as the next day and getting it actually out to who it needs to go to and all that kind of stuff. So an actual production schedule from back then, as C1 through C7 are the page numbers of this thing. So pretty cool to add to it. Again, for those of us who are really, really into that special. But then something in a kind of ratty old little sleeve here. It's a CD, an audio CD. It says Your Way V.4 Combined. Has the date there of June 7, 2005. It says 1, V.4 Combined, 2, V.4 Fastest Playoff. What is this? Apparently, according to the person I got this from, there's barely any of these that exist because they were actually used on the actual special. This would have been the CD to play the music when William Shatner did his Your Way parody. And yes, this must be the finished version, aside from based on the date, because I actually played it alongside watching the special I had digitized, and it matches up perfectly. And then the second track is the music that's played as he's being carried off stage with the stormtroopers. So this probably is one of only a teeny tiny handful that exists of this CD, if not the only copy of this that exists, used on the actual day of production for the actual special on USA Network when Lucas got his Life Achievement Award. It's not home video, but having gotten that set and the book to go with it and really kind of deciding to sort of load up on some of the stuff relating to his Life Achievement Award, this was kind of the holy grail, right? An actual used CD of the music for one of the best known parts of the special, a production schedule, and the seating arrangement information from the special, to which I've managed to also get the program and the boxed set. I was pretty stoked to get it. For many, it's probably a, yeah, who cares? But for me, it was pretty sweet, and I'm glad to have added it as sort of a tangential item to my Star Wars home video library. With that, we'll wrap up this episode. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with the home video viewers.